Today, I'm going to tell you why so many agents join eXp Realty to find their treasure. X marks the spot.
Real estate sales can be tough, and it's good that you found this video because sometimes I can feel like you don't even have a map. I'm going to show you how you can have no broke months, how you can have a life worth living, how you can design a business by walking you through a step-by-step map of how eXp can help you through the training and support, the culture, the stock, the technology, the healthcare, and passive income opportunities. You're looking for training, for support, for guidance and mentorship, whether it's to grow a business, to make your first sale, or to be able to be the very best version of yourself possible. Every single week online, eXp offers you 80 hours of live training that's designed to help you achieve your goals, to get you where you want to go, to be able to remove the obstacles that get in your way so that you can have more time, more freedom, more money to make more sales. And so if you're looking to get support, there's no other company that is even close to the training and support that you're going to receive from being a part of eXp. I want to talk to you about the old way. This is the way that the brokerages used to do business, and maybe it's even the way that your brokerage does business today. So if you can imagine, so I've got a lot of experience with the Keller Williams Realty franchise. I was with them for 15 years. I was an operating partner for 10 years. And so I know that system. So I'm going to explain to you this from a KW perspective, but regardless if you're with Long & Foster, Weichert, Remax, Century 21, it doesn't matter because whatever brokerage that you're in has some sort of version of this old way. And here's the way that that looks. So if you consider this, there's like this mothership of, in KW it's called International, and that's where basically all the money goes. And so you have at the top, you have International. And then below International, they break out the country and the world into regions. And so if you consider it, the regions, they have to have leadership, they have to have staff, they have to have support, and they have to have resources. So it looks something like this. So you have International at the top, and then you've got the regions that support the local brokerage, and then you've got the local brokerage owners. And that's really what, my experience in KW was for 10 years was owning a local franchise. That's where all the risk is taken. I'll never forget the time that I came home and I told my wife at the time, I said, honey, I just signed a lease for a commercial space. I was all excited. She says, great. How much are you paying for that? I was like, yeah, $45,000 a month. Yeah, that was a little bit of a tough conversation. This is where the risk is taken, is in that broker owner. And so you have these components, right? And then that broker owner, he or she's got to then hire staff, hire leadership. Your brokerage probably looks something like this. And that all costs tons and tons and tons of money. If you could consider it, there's all the coin that's needed to be able to make this work. And essentially what they're doing is they're plummeting your bounty. You're out there doing the work. You're meeting the sellers, you're meeting the buyers, you're going face to face. You're taking the time to be able to prospect, to market, to find the people to serve. And guess who is taking your bounty? So what eXp has done is they've taken this old way and they've flipped it on its head. And they've created a way to be able to essentially get rid of all of this nonsense, all of this money that is wasted supporting, paying people that aren't doing the work. So what eXp has done is they've created a new way. The new way is, if you think about this, think about companies like Uber, like Netflix, Airbnb. These companies don't have this nonsense, this infrastructure, because it's not needed. And that's the brilliance of eXp. So essentially what we've done is removed all of that infrastructure, put the money back into your pocket. Be able to give you better tools, better resources, better training, to be able to invest into you as the agent, to let you be a partner and agent through owning stock and providing a share of the bounty, a share of the revenue back to you as the agent. What's the culture of eXp? One of the things that, at least it concerned me when I joined the company, I was like, okay, what's the culture of this company? Because my definition of culture is how you treat each other. And what I learned after I joined eXp was Man, this is a freaking cool company. These people have my backs. They do regional events, live events. They do national events. I've attended, I think, maybe 3 or 4 events with eXp in my short period of time with them. And the events, the live events, better than anything that I've attended before with my previous company. And in my previous company, I went to, in the 15 years, 20, 30, 50 live events. And the eXp live events are better than any. Now, the people, we talk about the way you treat each other. That's a definition of culture. People have had my back within the eXp community. They'll have your back as well. It's amazing the resources that you have available to you, the top producers that you get to be able to interact with. And because there's so many top performing agents in the company, there's training with somebody that is like the top of the top of the top. Every single week you could go onto a live Zoom training, come join one of the CPI community trainings, go be a part of the community. And the culture is one that is just unbelievable. You're, like a social media type person. If that drives you up, if that gets you going, gives you energy. And if you like being on TikTok, on Facebook, on all the different type of platforms, I want to tell you about Workplace, which is a Facebook platform. So you got eXp Workplace, where you can go on and you can meet new people, you can mastermind online, you can do everything that you can, and other things of social media, but it's situated towards the eXp community. Is situated towards your success. You can pass referrals on there, you can find trainings on there. It's a freaking awesome resource. Question: how much stock you earned or has been given to you in the company that you're currently with in real estate sales? Well, if the answer to that question was 0, then you're like most other agents. Yet, there is another option. With eXp, you get 5 ways to be able to get stock. First way, every single year on your anniversary year, when you make your first sale, eXp will give you $200 worth of eXpI stock. The second way, now in eXp you're on an 80-20 commission split, and that caps out at $16,000. When it caps out at $16,000, then you make $400 in eXpI stock is granted to you. Third way, when you sponsor an agent to join the company, and when they do their first sale, you get $400 of stock. Fourth way, and I recommend for everybody to do this. If you're already with eXp, you should do this. I do this myself. Every single one of your sales that you make, you have the opportunity to take 5% of your commissions, invest it in the eXpI stock, and with that investment, you get a 10% discount on your purchase. You get equity in the stock when you purchase. That's like if you're buying a fix and flip or buying an investment property. You make your profit when you buy, and you're buying the stock at a 10% discount. The last way is to be able to become what's called an icon agent. And who an icon agent is within the company is, I mentioned to you that you cap out at $16,000, and that what that means is an 80-20 split, 20% of your commissions goes to eXp. When you pay that $16,000, when you do about another 20 sales, 20 transactions after that, you pay a $250 transaction fee on those 20 sales, and you become what's called an icon agent. When you get the benefit of becoming an icon agent, you get the $16,000 that you invested, you get that back in stock. Now, this is a very, very real opportunity for you. I've been with the company for a short period of time. I have been able to generate a tremendous amount of stock during my short period of time. After 15 years with my previous company, I left there with 0, nothing. I left there with the opportunity to go ahead and make another sale. This company allows for me already to have more stock in a year and a half than what I did in 16 years, 15 years with my previous company, which was 0. What other loot do you get with eXp? You get their technology. You get the eXp World, which is an online virtual workplace that we do large-scale meetings there. We do real-time support. There's more than 1,000 full-time support staff. They're ready to help you on demand. You get 80 hours of live weekly trainings, and you're able to learn from the top professionals in this industry, while you also get the access to KV Core. KV Core is a CRM. It allows for you to do automated texts and emails. It gives you the website. It'll help you to be able to convert and close more transaction. If you're not with eXp, the package that you get with eXp would cost you more than $5,000 a year just to be able to access that system alone. You also get SkySlope. SkySlope is the all-in-one transaction management system that you're going to have available to you. eXp Marketing Center, which gives you every single thing that you could ever imagine that you would need for marketing. You get, there's more than 5,000 marketing pieces that are part of the Marketing Center, whether it's social media or signs and business cards, postcards, video center, door hangers, whatever it is that you're looking for in regards to your marketing to be able to promote you, your services, your listings, your business. The eXp Marketing Center is a resource for your benefit. One of the things with being a sales agent is that, you're self-employed. And if you need healthcare, and yeah, we all need healthcare, it can be really, really tough to be able to find something that's affordable, to be able to find something that is industry leading, and to be able to get something that you can manage. Check this out. Since 1995, I've been a type 1 diabetic, okay? I've depended on this insulin right here and this syringe right here for me to be able to operate through life. And this is really expensive. Healthcare in the United States is expensive. And it's something that, at least for me, I need it to live. And so when I joined eXp and I realized that they offer options for affordable healthcare because they care for me, they care for you, it just freaking blew my mind. And not only that, but if you have a family that's dependent on you, they also offer that for them as well. A lot of people ask me about revenue share and what is revenue share? Well, here's the thing. First of all, revenue share is not for everybody. So if you don't want to recruit, don't. But if you are looking to create a passive income, if you're looking to be able to create a life that you can someday walk away, then this section's for you. So how does revenue share work? And how's it differ from other programs from other brokerages? Well, before I start talking to you about revenue share, I want to talk to you about math. I want to give you some numbers. So let's look at these. 900,000, 4%, 36,000, 3,000. What are these numbers? These are the numbers that my financial planner, Kurt Langewalter, tells me that I need to be able to be aware of to be able to retire. So take a look at this $900,000. If you want to have a decent retirement, like not even decent, but if you want to create to like $3,000 a month, then you're going to have to put away in the bank $900,000. You're going to have to put that into some sort of stocks or IRA or maybe an index fund or something like that. If you want to retire, my financial planner tells me, Dan, you could take 4% of that $900,000 every year to be able to sustain through time, which means that you're going to have a paycheck of $36,000 annually, which means that, hey, I get $3,000 a month. Oh, that's great. I don't know about you, but I live in Northern Virginia. $3,000 a month, it barely gets me a studio apartment. I mean, I don't even know if it gets me that. So in other words, for me to work, to have $3,000 a month in a retirement plan, I'm going to have to save $900,000. How long is that going to take me? How long will it take you to be able to get $900,000? And what are you going to have to do to be able to get the same benefit? Is there another way? Well, this is the way that revenue share works and how it could work for you. So now that we went through the numbers, let's talk to you about how you can create something that's as substantial or even more. Let's say you're joining eXp, and let's say in the next year you meet, let's call it 2 agents. who say, I'm interested. What are you doing there? And, tell me more about eXp. It will happen. Trust me. It's happened to me many, many times since I've joined the company. People just reach out to me and ask me. And you tell them about the company. You tell them how you've benefited from it and why you're happy with the company. And, maybe they're interested and then they join. And if that happens in year 1, and if that happens year 2 and year 3, in 3 years, you've recruited 6 agents into the companies. Now, let's take those 6 agents. And let's say that they're producing agents that are capping. You would then earn up to $2,800 per agent from their sales, which means that you get about $16,800. Pretty good, right? For not really, doing a lot of effort. Well, now let's just imagine that those 6 people during that same time period, they brought in one other agent that joined the company. And now guess what? On that second line, you're going to be able to earn $3,200 per each of those 6 agents that the 6 agents bring in, for a total of $19,200. So if you add $19,200 to the $16,800, you're going to have $36,000. And guess what? That's the same $3,000. That's going to take you $900,000 of life savings to save up for. It's the same amount of money that it would take you freaking a lifetime to be able to generate, to be able to get that $3,000 a month. I don't know about you, but I'm not so sure if I can live off of that. So I went back to my financial planner, Kurt. I said, Kurt, $3,000, that's not enough. And he says, okay, Dan, so what do you want? I said, well, I don't know. I'd love to make maybe call it $180,000 a year. And so Kurt and I got out a pen and paper and we came up with the math. He says, okay, Dan, $180,000 a year. That means you're going to have to save, write these numbers down, $4.5 million at a 4% return. That'll give you $180,000 a year. That will then give you $15,000 a month. Well, 15 grand sounds great. My financial planner tells me, Dan, if you save $4.5 million, guess what? That's really hard to do. How many people are going to actually save $4.5 million in their lifetime? Almost zero. So, is there a better way? Well, there is. Let's imagine that you brought in 10 agents into the company who are capping, and they do the same. We're just talking about your first and your second line. What would the math look like? Well, on the first line, you've got 10 agents that are capping. That's going to be $2,800 annually when they close production, when they close a sale. And those $2,800 times 10 equals $28,000. Hey, that's pretty good. But now let's say that those 10 bring in 10. And on your second line, $3,200, because it actually goes up. You get more money in your second line than your first line. It's brilliant, by the way. And you get $320,000. So $320,000 plus $28,000. It's $348,000. That's pretty good. But you're going to say, but Dan, they're not all going to be producing. I get it. That's what we're going to take, and we're going to this in half. So 348,000 divided by 2 equals $174,000. So I don't know about you, but that $174,000, which is pretty close to the $180,000 that we're going to have to save $4.5 million. But I don't know about you, but I think it may be a little bit easier to just share with 10 other people about how you love the company, have them join and have them do the same. And you're, pretty much set up for the rest of your life.
There be treasure there.
So what's the real treasure? The real treasure of being a real estate agent, the real treasure of what you and I do, is to be able to spend the time with those that we love, to be able to enjoy the lives that we create, to be able to have choices, to be able to have a graceful life, a life with ease. Ultimately, being a real estate agent, being a sales professional, being with this company, ultimately, that's what I've had the privilege to be able to do. That's what I want you to have the privilege to be able to do. And it's something that is truly, that is the treasure. X marks the spot.